So hello everyone, welcome back with our session. And guys, here we are discussing the 1000+ most important questions on the science, and these questions are the ones which are asked in the examination. And yes, most of the questions are the repetitive ones, right? So let us have a look what's there in the day 10. So we'll start with the day 10 session with this question. What is the commercial unit of energy? I mean electrical energy, one unit and its equivalent value in joules. So is it 1 watt hour is equal to 3600 joules? Is it 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 joules per second? Is it 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the 6 joules? Or is it 1 megajoule is equal to 10 to the power 5 joules? This is from the first chapter of the physics, and we know that mega means 10 to the power 6. So D option is eliminated. Now in order to calculate the kilowatt, so what we'll do, we'll use 10 to the power 3. So we have Ankita here. So Ankita is going with option number C, and Ankita, you're 100% correct. Because kilowatt means we're talking about kilo, that means 10 to the power 3 watts, right? And here it's given about 1 unit, and guys, 1 unit is always equal to 1 kilowatt hour. So let me write this for you. 1 unit is equal to 1 kilowatt hour. 1 kilo, this kilo means 10 to the power 3, right? And when you will convert this r into seconds, 60 minutes and 60 seconds, right? So it will be 3 6 6 are 36, 100 into 10 to the power 3. So it is becoming 36, 103 more zeros. Now if I'll just try to write it, it can be written as 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joules, isn't it? So yes, you need to clear your basics first, and one single unit is equal to 1 kilowatt hour. So absolutely correct. So Ankita was going with C. I'll also go with C. So the conversion here itself. Yes, after the class, I'll share this PDF. You can revise it from there. What's the next question? The next question is, for a young adult with normal vision, what is the least distance of distinct vision near point of the eye? Will it be 2.5 centimeter? Will it be 25 centimeter, infinity, or 25 meter? So guys, the minimum distance where without giving any strain to the eye, you can read anything properly, it's 25 centimeter. So do not get confused. What will be the answer? In this case, 25 centimeter, that is option number B is going to be the correct answer, right? Perfect. Ankita, you're always correct. Okay, so the minimum distance at which objects can be seen most distinctly without strain is 25 centimeter. For a far point, for a normal eye, the far point is actually infinity, and ciliary muscles adjust the focal length of the eyes, and that's what accommodation is. So the question was asked previously from accommodation, that's why I've kept it in the explanation slide as well. Fine, that's great. What about next question? The next question is, when a porter carries a heavy luggage on his head and walks horizontally on a level platform, the work done by the gravitational force is dash. Will it be 0, positive, negative, or infinite? What should be the answer? Now for this question, guys, we know how we calculate the work. So work is calculated by the using the formula F into D into cos theta. That means we are multiplying force with the displacement, and theta is the angle between force and displacement. So when Kuli will pick the load, this will be like this. So let's say he is picking the load luggage and is moving forward. So that means the force is applied upwards, but the displacement is in this direction. This makes this angle 90 degrees. So since this angle is of 90 degree, we can use the formula F into D into cos 90. Now what is the value of cos 90? Cos 90 is 0, so that means everything that is multiplied by 0, the answer will be 0 itself. So work done in this case will be 0. 0 joules, that is option number A is the correct answer. And Ankita, 100% correct. That's great. So here option number A is the correct answer. Next, so that's the formula for the work, F into S into cos theta, since theta was 90 degree. Work done was 0. Next, the magnetic field pattern produced by a long current carrying helical coil solenoid is identical to the magnetic field of dash. Is it point electric charge, circular current loop, horseshoe electromagnet, or permanent bar magnet? So you have 4 options here, and let us see who is going to give the correct answer. And all the other candidates who are present apart from Ankita, you also can give this answer. So please try to give this answer. What should be the answer in this case? So I've already received the answer from Ankita, but other candidates, what do you think should be the correct answer? So here the answer is going to be the permanent bar magnet, right? So let me show it to you. Guys, this is the bar magnet. And bar magnets actually exist with the two poles always, right? Here, this is the north pole and this is the south pole. And always remember that magnetic lines of force actually move from north to the south, outside the magnet and within the magnet south to north, right? So yes, the magnetic field pattern produced by a long current carrying helical coil, that is solenoid, is identical to the magnetic field of permanent bar magnet, and we can go with option number D. So Ankita, I guess you have given option B here, but what will be the answer? D will be the answer. Understood? Now there are few more points. Guys, when these field lines are closer, that means it has a strong magnetic field. If these field lines are far away, that means the magnetic field is weak. Then these lines actually forms a closed loop, but they never intersect each other. Where is the magnetic field maximum? That's near the poles. And where is it zero? That's at the center. So these were some one-liners which were asked in the examination. So I have given you all the explanations. What is the answer? D will be the answer. And guys, one more thing, if you have any doubt or queries in between the session, please ask, do not hesitate. So yes, solenoid field. So it's inside a long solenoid, the field lines are parallel straight lines. One end behaves as a north pole and another as a south pole, exactly like a bar magnet. So it's used as an electromagnet when a soft iron core is placed inside. And one more thing, this magnet acts as a temporary magnet because when the current is supplied, only then it acts like a magnet. Once the current supply is cut, it won't act as a bar magnet. Sorry, it won't act as a magnet, right? So it was about electromagnet. Next, sound waves traveling in air propagate in the form of longitudinal waves characterized by alternating regions of dash. Sound wave. So yes, if I'll talk about sound wave, so that's a mechanical wave because it needs medium. So sound cannot travel in vacuum. Speed of sound is maximum in the solids, lesser in liquids, and least in the gases. Apart from this, the direction in which wave is propagating, particles also propagate parallel to it. So that's why we can say that sound is a longitudinal mechanical wave. So when these sound waves is actually passing, so there are compression and rarefactions, right? So that's the zone of high pressure and the low pressure. So that low pressure and the high pressure zone, that's known as compression and rarefaction. So yes, option number B is the correct answer, and Ankita, you 100% right. Next is, okay, so we have discussed about this. So compression means the high density and high pressure region. Rarefaction means the low density and low pressure region. So that's it. Next. Silver articles turn black when exposed to air for prolonged periods due to the formation of a coating of dash. Is it silver nitrate, silver oxide, silver sulfide, or is it silver carbonate? So a silver articles turns black because it reacts with H2S, that is hydrogen sulfide, which smells like a rotten egg. And when it reacts with the H2S, so it forms Ag2S, it is silver sulfide and hydrogen gas is released. So what is the answer? Option number A? No, this time option number A will be wrong. Ankita, try to answer. I have already given you the hint. So when it reacts with the hydrogen sulfide, it forms Ag2S. And Ag2S? Yeah, now you're correct. That is Ag2S. Option number C is correct, right? So that's from the corrosion topic of chemistry. So Ag, when it is reacting with the H2S, it is forming Ag2S, that is black coating plus hydrogen gas is released. So silver reacts with the traces of hydrogen sulfide in the atmosphere. Copper corrodes to form green basic copper carbonate. You need to remember this formula. And the third one is about iron. So iron corrodes when it forms rust, right? So all these questions are important ones. Next, what is the next question? Which mild base, commonly called milk of magnesia, is widely used as an antacid to neutralize excess stomach acidity? So guys, within our stomach, which acid is there? HCl. Its pH value is approx 1.2 to 1.8, right? So if its level increases, we need to go for base. And which is that base? Is it magnesium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, magnesium carbonate, or calcium oxychloride? Uh, no one has answered till now. Guys, this one is basic one, so you can easily answer this question. Please try to answer this. What should be the answer? Ankita is going with B, sodium hydroxide. This time the answer is going to be B, that is magnesium hydroxide. Fine. And guys, do not get confused in this question because these questions are repeatedly asked. So magnesium hydroxide is the correct answer. We'll go with option number magnesium hydroxide in A. Okay. Mm, So next, what's the next question? The next question is in front of you, and that question is here. Magnesium hydroxide, that's done. That's basic in nature. That's why. So yes, its pH value is approx 10. It acts as a mild antacid. Antacid means which is neutralizing the acid. Next, during the electrolytic refining of blister copper, which insoluble precious metals settle down at the bottom of the cell as anode mud? Is it iron and zinc, sodium and magnesium? Is it aluminum and lead? Is it gold, silver and platinum? What do you think should be the correct answer? During electrolytic refining of blister copper, which insoluble precious metals settle down at the bottom of the cell as anode mud? Your four options. Please try to answer. What should be the correct answer, guys, in this case? Answer, please. You're going with C. Oh, no. This time, gold, silver, and platinum, these are the precious metals. And yes, they'll settle down. So, option number D is correct. So, impure copper block at anode, pure thin copper sheet at cathode, electrolyte acidified copper sulfate, insoluble noble impurities like gold, silver, platinum, they collect below anode as anode mud. Fine. So, D is the correct answer. That's right. Next, which of the following represents the characteristic functional group present in the ketones, that is propanone, acetone? Alcohol cannot be the answer, so A is not the answer. Carbonyl group attached to two carbons, that is CO, that's correct. So B will be the correct answer in this case. So ketone group, a carbonyl group bonded with two alkyl carbon atoms. The simplest ketone is propanone. It contains three carbon atoms, and a suffix that is used in IUPAC nomenclature is "one." So propanone, right? Butanone and all. Next, according to Dobernier's law of triads, which set of three elements represents a valid triad where the middle element's atomic mass is approximately the mean of other two? What do you think? You have four options. So by the time you're answering, let me tell you, Daubernier was the first one to classify the elements. So actually, during the time of Daubernier, so during the time of Daubernier, 30 plus elements were known, and he grouped the elements in a way, let's say X, Y, Z are arranged in the increasing order of its atomic mass. So if you'll just take the average of X and Y's atomic mass, it will be equal to Y. So here, this ninth B, 10th option is left. Okay. So lithium, sodium, potassium, that will be the perfect answer. Just check. If I'll just add 7 with 39 and divide by 2. So the first element was having the atomic mass 7, the third element was having the atomic mass 39. So if we'll take the average, it will form what? 46 by 2, and that's 23. Just check. 23 and 23, are they matching? Yes. So he was able to make only 3 such triads, and that means he was able to arrange only 9 elements, and then he failed. But yep, C is the correct answer. So we'll go with option number C, right? So other famous triads were calcium, strontium, barium, and chlorine, bromine, iodine. So you need to remember the second and third triad as well. So there were only 3 triads. Okay, next. In the human stomach, the protein digesting enzyme pepsinogen is converted into active pepsin by the action of what? So what do you think? And I guess you know this answer because within our body, this acid is present. What should be the answer? The acid that is present in our body is hydrochloric acid, right? In our stomach, it's HCl. So here, within our stomach, the proteinization takes place, right? So it is pepsin and renin. Renin that converts milk into the curd. So 100% correct is the correct answer. Next. So HCl, it creates an acidic medium, pH value approx 1.5. It's essential for converting inactive pepsinogen to active pepsin. Pepsin breaks down the complex proteins into peptones and proteases. Gastric mucus protects the stomach lining from corrosion by HCl. That's it. Next, which plant phytohormone actively promotes the cell division and is present in high concentration the areas of rapid cell division like fruits and seeds? Will it be abscisic acid? Will it be auxin, ethylene, or cytokinin? Just try to link it with the trick. So 11th A, right. What about this 12th question, Ankita? What should be the answer? From the name itself, you can give the answer. See, we have discussed about this, I guess. Cytology. What is it? Logy has come from logos term that means to study. So the study of cell is cytology, right? Similarly, cytoplasm, the liquid that is present in the cell, that is cytoplasm. So here you can link it with cyto again. So that's cytokinin that's linked with the cell division, right? So here D is the correct answer. Ankita, you have given all the correct answers today. No, one option was wrong, I guess. So, but it's good. Cytokinins promotes the cell division and delay leaf aging. So naturally synthesized in root apices, developing shoot buds, young fruits and seeds. Auxins promote the cell elongation and gibberellin promotes the stem growth. What about abscisic acid? So abscisic acid maintains the dormancy phase. Next, which protozoan organism reproduces asexually by multiple fission inside a cyst to produce many daughter cells simultaneously? Is it amoeba, plasmodium, planaria, or the spirogyra? So amoeba just divides just like cell. So it's binary fission. So it's a single cell that divides into two. So what will be the answer? Let me check the comments. 12th D. Is it 12th? No, is it 13th? Okay. 13th. Amoeba cannot be the answer. This time answer will be plasmodium. Plasmodium is the correct answer. Fine. Next. So in plasmodium, the single cell divides repeatedly into many daughter cells simultaneously inside a protective cyst. Cyst breaks open under favorable conditions, releasing hundreds of daughter cells. So amoeba and leishmania are produced by binary fission. Next. In human beings, the sex of an unborn child is genetically determined strictly by the chromosome contributed by the dash, mother's ovum, mother's health and age, father's sperm, or environmental temperature. This question can also be asked in a way: who determines the sex of the child? What do you think should be the correct answer? And all the candidates who are present in the class, please try to answer this. What in C? That's 100% correct. So yes, since mother's ovum has only X chromosome, so in this case, when fertilization process will take place, the half number of chromosomes will have just 22 plus X. There's no other option. But in the case of father, father will either have 22 plus X or 22 plus Y. Now guys, if this will combine, so female child will be there. But if this combines, it gives you male child. So yes, it depends upon father whether the male child will be there or female child will be there. So what's the answer? Father's sperm, that is, it contains 22 plus X or 22 Y. So C is the answer. So father determines the sex of the child. All ova carries only X chromosome, that is 22 plus X, but male gametes 50% sperms carry X, 50% sperms carry Y. So the resultant is sperm with the X, that is girl, sperm with the Y, that is boy. So hence sex is determined solely by father. Done. What's the final question? According to Lindemann's 10% law, only 10% of energy is transferred from one trophic level to the next. What happens to the remaining 90% of the energy? So as we know, if I'll make this energy pyramid, so energy is lost as we move upwards, right? So here, please tell me what should be the correct answer according to you. And let me check. Yeah, all the candidates who are present in the class, guys, this is one of the important question. So what will be the answer? That's the energy pyramid, correct? So in the lowest part, we have autotrophs, that is plants, then primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. As you move upwards, so here let's say it's 100% energy, so 100% here, then 10% here, then 1% here, and 0.1% here. So only 10% is transferred. So that's lost as metabolic heat and life processes to the environment. And this time you're going with C. So Ankita, your score is 13 out of 15, and that's very good score. So here the correct answer will be option number A. Let's go with the explanation now. So 10% law, that's formulated by Raymond Lindman in 1942. Only 10% of the energy enters the next higher trophic level biomass. The remaining 90% is lost as heat during respiration, digestion, and life maintenance. That is the second law of thermodynamics. So these were the 15 questions. So I know the score of Ankita, so that's 13 by 15. That's a very good score. And all the other candidates, kindly let me know in the comment section what was your score in this particular session. And are you liking this session? So these questions are the most repetitive ones. I bring these sessions daily from Monday to Friday. So we can join tomorrow again live at 12, where we'll discuss the next set of 1000 plus most important questions on the science section for all the SSC and for all the RRB exams, right? So thank you everyone. Thank you so much. So we'll meet in the next class at 12 then. Bye bye guys. Take care. Jai Hind. And for the examination, all the very best. Please take care.